Hi, it's Lon, and we're continuing through our Lenten time here in the church. We're preparing for this coming Sunday, the 22nd of March, and the services are at St. Mary's at 9 o'clock, St. Stephen's at 11:15. That's here in the parish of Central Saanich, of course. As we have moved through this journey in John's Gospel through this Lenten period, we come this week to the raising of Lazarus from the dead, a fairly well-known story to the world, to lots of people. It's the last of the signs or miracles of Jesus recorded in John's Gospel, last, except, of course, to be followed by the resurrection, which would obviously be considered the actual last great sign. But this raising of Lazarus is really a deep and emotional story. It's got the famous shortest verse in the Bible where it says Jesus wept, which we can cling to as a piece that tells us that as we go through difficult things in lives, as we lament the loss of friends or family, as we lament fractures in this world that we live in, we know that Jesus wept. So, in other words, Jesus feels the pain with us in his becoming human and coming into this world. He takes on all human emotion as we know it. I would really commend you between now and Easter, sort of next week, and then Holy Week after that, to undertake reading John's Gospel from start to finish. I mean, all the Gospels are great, but this particular Gospel of John, and if you're in church and you've followed these teachings throughout Lent, to just put it all in a greater context would be to hear in its entirety John's Gospel. So if you're able to do that, it's great. Sunday is going to be a great day. We as Christians hold intention that spirit of lamenting what the sad parts of our lives, and beside that, the joys and celebrations, and as is said in even our funeral liturgy, even at the grave, we say, Alleluia, Alleluia, Alleluia. I know we're not supposed to say Hallelujah during Lent, but I think there's a moment to say that Jesus came to give life. Jesus came to restore life. Jesus came to revive life. Jesus came to bring light. So hold that opportunity today. Listen carefully for the heartbeat of God. Know that God loves you and that everything that takes place in your life, one way or another, God's involved. So if you're in a good place, celebrate that. If you're in a challenging place, reach out to God's people, find ways, tend worship, do what you need to do for you to work your way through these dark valleys and hopefully to better, kinder places. So thanks be to God for listening today. I appreciate each of you wherever you may be, and I realize that we're now spread almost Canada wide for sure, and even the odd international viewer, my friend Criswell from Kenya. We prayed for the church in Kenya this week. I commend to you to continue to pray for the church in Kenya. I have two friends that are priests there, Reverend Criswell and his wife, Reverend Clarice, and they are amazing people in an amazing part of the world. So know that our church is way bigger than our own little personal existence. It's much, much larger. For that we give thanks. For God we give thanks. And I give thanks for each of you. Have a blessed day today.